y'all. Welcome to Midweek Minis, the show where you get to ask us questions, and we read you personal stories that you've sent to us in Facebook or email or Instagram. By the way, we need more, so send them to us.
Please do. I'm almost out, like completely almost out. So.
You just heard my wife, Leah Lawrence.
Hey, y'all.
And I'm Mitch Lawrence, and we're so excited to be here with you today. We got one new question for the question bag, and no personal stories, so there you go.
Just saying. This one's
right.
on you, y'all.
We've still got quite a few questions. We need some stories, and, we do need more questions anyway. But
yeah.
All right, Leah, why don't you hit us up with that?
Listener story?
Yeah.
All right, well, we have a couple of listeners in Israel, and so this is a story from Israel, and it's sent to us from the community chat on Facebook, and it's from Yotam. And I hope that's how you say your name, and if it's not, I super duper apologize. Tell me how you pronounce it, and I'll totally fix it. But
yeah, please.
For now, Yotam. Anyway, so it says, summertime here starts in May and is usually extremely hot, something like 90 degrees. Hold on, sidebar, if you think that's extremely hot, try, 102 at 100% humidity. But anyway, until the first week of October. There's a candy and drink store at the end of the street we live on, and it's quite a small street. The owner puts up a nice Italian ice stand outside the store during the summer. A year ago, my wife, whose name is Mayor, adopted a pinscher dog named her Jessie May after the great blues singer Jessie May Hemphill, because she had a tough life till we got her, and we're both great country and blues fans, which, by the way, very deep dive on the blues scene.
Yeah, what the fuck?
The only person I've ever heard mention Jessie May Hemphill is my dad, who is also a big blues fan. She's from Mississippi. It's a small world, but anyway.
After all.
Yeah. It says about a week. Oh, nope. About a week later, after she adopted the dog. Okay, so about a week later, I started to notice she's acting weird while walking her near the store. I noticed Jessie May started to playfully bark at the stand and to jump up as if she's playing with one of her few friends. At first, I thought she tried to catch a fly, like she does, and I was looking for it, but saw nothing. As the months passed and she continued to do it as well to bark at the store from the other side of the street, as if saying hi to someone. So I got there with her.
You got it.
Y'all, I'm not good at reading. I mean, I am, but like...
You're a fantastic reader.
Let's see. As if saying hi to some... Okay. Let me go back. It says, at first, I thought she tried to catch a fly like she does, and I was looking for it, but saw nothing. As the months passed and she continued to do it, as well as to bark at the store from the other side of the street, as if saying hi to someone. So I go there with her to see what's going on. The owner... I'm going to say Elon, I'm not sure, I-L-A-N, was there at the time when I saw Jessie May jumping again. I asked him if that happens often. He told me that before his parents built the store, they had a dog like mine whose name was Dolly, and she got very ill. And because during the 1970s, there were no veterinarians in Ramat Gan, she died, and they buried her where the store stands today. Since she died, Dolly's ghost wanders around the street, and only a few dogs are her friends. He added that because Dolly really liked the summer, that's when she usually wanders the street as a ghost, which is super cool. So we have
Ghost Dog?
Ghost Dog of Tel Aviv, which I believe is where Ramat Gan is. But anyway.
I have no idea. I'm really bad at global geography.
I'm pretty sure that's a suburb of Tel Aviv, but anyway.
Okay. Well, that was a fantastic story.
Huzzah.
We have our first question from the chat, Leah.
Okay, what is it?
It's not on the screen, so you can't see it. It's on my phone, though.
All right.
And y'all, this is all the more reason that you should be watching the live stream so you can be in on this. The question is from Pip. What makes you diverse?
What makes me diverse?
You specifically. Just you.
I'm fat. Does that count?
Yes.
Because, I mean, people discriminate against fat people a lot, so I assume that, yeah, sure, let's call it that, because I'm fat.
Okay. I'll go with that too, Leah. I'm also 84% African American, but you'd never know it by looking at me because you are a racist.
Oh,
let's remember that.
Oh, I've met some of your family, and they're all very, very white. So
they're all African American as well, Leah.
Well,
you are a racist.
No, I'm pretty sure that's you.
Absolutely nothing. I am a cis, straight, white male. I am the epitome of non-diversity. Non-diversity?
Just majority, I guess. Like,
the epitome of majority. There we go.
Anyway.
I'm the epitome of majority, and that's what we'll name this episode. Right here.
We don't name those episodes.
I know. I wish we did, though.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't you dig into that bag, Leah?
Okay.
Pip got his answer.
All right. Huzzah. Okay. This one says, what's the best class of chordate? Also from Pip.
What does that mean?
Chordates are, or chordata maybe? Chordate? Yeah, chordata. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Is that teeth?
No.
That's dentata.
It's any animal or, well, anything that's got a spinal cord. Like in family order, kingdom, phylum, class.
Mm-hmm. Chordata.
Chordata.
Fucking shit, I don't know. What kind of question is this?
I have no idea. Y'all don't know how long it was since I took biology, because I took it as a freshman, so it's been like 10 years. I'm sorry.
I guess we'll go with human.
But that's not a class.
We rule the world. Well, you said spines.
What's the class of chordata?
I
don't know any classes.
Are we waiting for Pip to update us? In the chat, Pip, we need to know what chordata is, and we'll.
I mean, I know what chordata is.
We'll circle around
I'm
back to you.
Real bad at remembering things from biology 101. But
never
anyway.
meet your heroes, everyone, because you find out how fucking stupid they are.
Oh,
and
right.
racist, very racist.
Dobby, calm down.
No, he's having a good time.
All right, here's one that says, it's from Emily H, and it says, do you put your toilet paper on the right way or the serial killer way? Neither. Turns out, because when we bought this house, it has a toilet paper holder that stores it vertically instead of horizontally, which I personally really, really like because we don't have the little squeezy tube to have to put the toilet paper back in. It's very easy. It just sits on top of it. It's just like a little hook on the side of our vanity, and it keeps the dogs and the cat away from it. It's is easy access, and you don't have to worry about which direction you put your toilet paper because, that's how it works. So I particularly like that. So I guess if it's the right way or the serial killer way, I guess we're serial killers.
Serial killers. Because I believe she meant vertically by serial killer way.
No, she meant the right side up. So with the paper coming from the top or from the bottom. People get in a fight over that, which I legitimately do prefer putting the toilet paper coming from the bottom, which is technically the wrong way, but that keeps the cat from rolling all the toilet paper out on the floor, and it's just practical and not, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's good, Leah, and we have another question in the chat, but I will address the toilet paper thing again real quick. It's much better vertically. Much better, because we don't have to fight over it.
Yeah, exactly.
You just throw it on and it goes left or right. But then how do you decide, all right, we can't.
I mean, it doesn't get that deep for me.
So from the chat, Marissa has to say that she's catching up on the Historical AF podcast.
That's a really good podcast, by the way.
We've done ads for them. We did a swap. And she said she just listened to the episode about historical dicks.
Which is one of the best episodes, by the way.
Yeah. And she wants to know if I could give you, Leah, one word to be a topic to base her stories on, what would it be? Now, are we saying all episodes?
No, one episode, because Historical AF does they did a wedding show. They did a historical dicks show. That was fun. Just any kind of thematic topic, because they used to have 2 hosts and now there's 3, so they each do a story based around a topic. So.
Well, I would have to say I would make you do something about sports, because it would be really fun to hear you talk about sports and the creepy shit that has happened in that. Hold on one second. Because there's a pitcher way back when, in the 70s, Doc Ellis. There we go. I had to look up his name. I couldn't remember it. I've told you this story before, Leah, but he threw a no-hitter on acid. Like, went out on the field to pitch and had just dropped acid and said that he didn't see, like, anyone else in the stadium for the entirety of the game. And it was some weird shit. There's a documentary on, I think, Netflix about it. That's really interesting, but I would love to hear you just, like, deep dive into that and talk about it.
I could do that.
We can do sports.
Is he from the South?
No. He was he was playing for Pittsburgh at the time.
Yeah, see, not eligible. Sorry.
Well, I mean, we could have a fun thing anyway.
All right. Well, here's another question.
Hey, Pip said in the chat, he said, I asked about Animalia and you said Chordata.
Oh, that makes sense.
What does that mean?
Well, because Animalia is the kingdom, order, phylum, class, you know, so... Yeah. That's the one under Animalia. So I picked Chordata because obviously I prefer things with spinal cords as to things like amoebas. And then, So can we answer his question or not? With a little bit of Googling, sure. But it's going to take me a little bit.
We'll get back to you next week.
Can I just say I like birds?
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
There you go. You like birds.
Avian things.
He also just said one word earlier. It said hegemony? Hegemony?
Hegemony.
Hegemony. Hegemony glick.
That's about you.
What does that mean?
We'll Google it for you later.
I can't wait.
Instead of the majority, anyway.
So he was giving me the word I was looking for. Okay. I get it now. Y'all, if you're not in this fucking live stream, you are missing out. Things are happening.
Oh, all right. So this is the next question by Kim. It says, what is your favorite brand of ginger ale? There's only one brand. It is Canada Dry. Please and thank you. Seagram's is okay, but I don't prefer it. The Big K Kroger brand is drinkable, but not what I prefer. I like Canada Dry.
As we've discussed on this show before, don't ever get soda from Dollar Tree.
Yeah, Stars and Stripes, y'all. It's poor choice,
ginger ale from there, just like that cola we had that one time.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking A, that tasted like cigarette dirt.
It was really bad.
Like cigarette ash. Along with what Leah said, Canada Dry is fantastic. I will tell you this, though. My dad got me turned on to it many, many years ago. I really like Verner's, Leah. It's like a combination of ginger ale and cream soda. I love Verner's.
No thanks.
It's so good.
I'm okay.
But I also really like cream soda.
And I'm like okay with it if you like call it butterbeer or something, but just by itself, no thanks.
Yeah. So that's what I'll do. I'll go buy Verner's. I'll transfer it over to an empty 2-liter, and I'll just like scratch on it. Butterbeer.
I can be convinced to eat lots of things if you theme it correctly. Yep. Like, I hate mayonnaise, but if you call it like spicy sushi sauce or something, I'll totally eat it.
Leah loves mayonnaise on her sushi.
Yeah.
With like sriracha mixed with it.
Well, only if I'm eating like a really like Americanized, like, you know,
like a
shitty roll. Like a really bad one. Which, I mean, I'm not opposed to that, don't get me wrong. But like if I'm eating like legit fancy nice sushi, no, please don't put mayonnaise on it. That's a travesty.
Well, if you say so, but I'll eat mayonnaise on fucking anything. Love mayonnaise. All right.
This one is from Leisha, and it says, Mitch, I used to work at a prison. What was your job? Did you like it?
I worked in the canteen. I'll say that first of all, which, for those not involved in prison terminology, is the store that inmates can buy things out of at an incredible markup, might I add.
Oh, yeah. It's, like, criminal how much they charge for shit in there.
Hey. But like a bottle of Head & Shoulders shampoo is like $9 for the inmates to buy. And anyway, it's a whole thing. Did I like it? I mean, can you really like working in a prison? But it wasn't terrible. Like, for the most part, the inmates that worked with us were, you know, as much as you can say, nice people. Decent guys. They didn't do anything wrong for the most part. A few of them did, and then, you know, you tell on them, and then they get moved out, and that's it. But, you know, it was okay, but you're also completely shut off from the world when you go into the prison. You can't take a phone in there. You don't have internet access. It blows.
Yeah, I listened to podcasts while at work. I couldn't handle with that.
Yeah, me either.
No thanks.
Not now. You know, luckily this was before
we got into podcasts.
Oh, yeah. It was many years ago.
Yeah.
Like 09 to 10 or something.
He worked at the prison before I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was Facebook stalking you to see if I actually wanted to go on a date with you or not, I kept seeing something like, I got out of prison, which just means that like he got a job at the state office instead of like working at a prison. And I was like, oh shit, did this guy really go to prison or did he work there? Or, I don't know.
I remember what I said specifically.
Red flaggy.
I put up a Facebook status that said, I EOS on whatever date. EOS is prison terminology for end of sentence. That means you're not on parole, you're not anything, you are out of prison completely. And I put that up and Leah was like, oh, that's upsetting.
I was really concerned that I was about to try to date like a felon or something, but, whatever.
Well, non-caught felon, let's say that.
What felonies have you committed, Mitchell?
I did my fair share of underage drinking.
That's not a felony.
Well, you don't know the amounts of underage drinking I did.
Still not a felony.
Woo-wee. Lots of
right.
larceny. Lot of blue-collar crime. White-collar crime? A lot of white-collar crime. Blue-collar crime is like, robbing and stuff. White-collar crime, like, embezzling. I was very rich before you met me.
I was say, who have you been embezzling from and why aren't we rich? Because
I was embezzling from the gas station. Like, I ran out of money real quick.
Y'all, this is all honestly still all a joke. So if you think that we're criminals or not, this is
not
all
yet.
a ha-ha.
Not yet.
Not yet. We have
Thinking about getting in on the neighbor's meth business.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty lucrative.
Well, no. According to what I see, there's not much money in it.
There is like a stool and a hard shell suitcase just strewn about on his lawn, just all knocked over
right now.
Hasn't been touched. And then there's like a mattress on his front porch, and we don't know what's going on, but whatever.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay. This one's from Emily, and it says, what is your favorite season? What is your favorite seasoning?
Favorite season, fall, and a little bit of winter. Like, not crazy cold winter, but I like cold weather much more than hot weather. Seasoning, I mean, there's this fancy, not even really fancy, there's this butcher shop in Montgomery called Pepper Tree. You know about it, Leah, but I don't think I've ever gotten you anything from there.
When we lived in Montgomery, one of our roommates used to buy stuff from there, and I could smell it, but I've never had any of it. Yeah,
they make their own seasoning to go on the meat, like it's a dry rub seasoning to go on the steaks that they sell. They also sell like twice baked potatoes and stuff. They are in business just to give you stuff to barbecue, basically.
Yeah, it's like a take and bake kind of situation, but for meat.
Oh, it's very good though. Like they have really good cuts of meat and everything. But they have this Pepper Tree seasoning that goes on the meat that I can't even really describe. It's just like really savory and pretty peppery, actually. So there you go. That might be my favorite seasoning. But I mean, we have a lot of good seasoning in this house. Like we constantly have garlic powder, but who doesn't? There's some kind of a Cajun seasoning that Leah bought recently to put on some fresh salmon from Kroger. That was
just
wonderful.
Emeril's Blackened.
Oh, there you go. Emeril's Blackened seasoning. It was fucking delicious. So
really
what are you going to do?
Salmon.
What about you, Leah? The two questions. Answer them.
So it's really weird, but if you go to the Melting Pot, which is a fondue restaurant.
First of all, does this have to do with your favorite season?
No, seasoning.
Okay, you're going to go seasoning first.
Yes, cheese is my favorite season, Mitchell.
I was going to say,
cheese season.
Where are you going?
No, I was starting seasoning first.
Been to Obviously, the Melting Pot, I went one spring morning and it was fantastic.
No, my favorite season's fall. That's pretty obvious. But my favorite seasoning is one that they keep on the table there. It's like a wine and garlic powdered seasoning. That's just really, really good. You can buy it there at the store if you want to, but it is good. It's really tasty. So
there's that. And fall as well, right?
Yeah, fall.
Yeah. I mean, I like tail end of fall type fall weather.
No, beginning to middling fall. If it starts snowing on me, I'm out. I
love the time of year when it's 50 all day. In the morning because it's not too cold, and then when it's like midday 50 degrees, I am in heaven.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because I like wearing jackets, but I don't want to have to like get crazy with extra layers.
Yeah. Oh, you and your extra layers. All right, I think we can do one more question.
All right.
We got time if you want to get at it. Make that noise. Go for it.
This one's from Kim, and it says favorite summer adult libation? ?
I don't know. I mean, I love a fucking fruity drink. Maybe a frozen banana daiquiri.
Those are good.
How good are those, Leah?
Those are really good.
What about you?
Just margarita.
Oh,
love margaritas.
Anytime, but frozen though, not on the rocks.
Frozen.
Never on the rocks margarita.
I'll have a rocks margarita, but I don't prefer them.
Yeah. I would have to agree with you there, but you're talking straight up lime margarita?
I like the strawberry ones,
Yeah.
but I will drink a lime margarita, no problem. But if it's a lime margarita, it has to be a salt rim, not a sugar rim, or it's gross.
Right.
If it's a strawberry margarita, I want a sugar rim and not a salt rim.
Yeah. I was going to say, most of the time when I'm drinking, there are times when I want a sweet drink. So if I'm going to get a marg, I almost exclusively go for the regular margarita with a salt rim.
Yeah.
Because I just love that combination, the salt with the lime taste and everything. But every once in a while, I'll get a sweet marg, especially if somewhere has a crazy flavored margarita, like a pomegranate margarita or something.
Mango or something.
All fucking about it. But I'm the kind of person that anything new or exciting, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll try it. Like every time Taco Bell adds something new, I go try it, and I'm like, this is not good.
That's not new and exciting. It's the same ingredient in a different shape.
But it's new. Like they had that fucking cheese chalupa where it was just wrapped in a cheese shell.
Outside.
Fucking not good, by the way. I tried it. Ugh, I was so excited for it too. Not like telling Leah about it excited, but I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Taco Bell and get me one of those cheesy chalupas.
And you did actually tell me about it, but...
I told you after I bought it.
Okay.
And I was like, not good. Don't do it.
Well, if it's not rolled chicken tacos, it's not good, so...
But see, at this point, those aren't exciting because they're not new anymore. For me.
No fucks given. They're the best thing that they've ever come out with. And
Honestly,
if they don't put them back this year, I'm going to be mad about it.
They always do it around November. I think they're coming.
And I'm going to be fucking gone for most of November.
Yeah. Well, see, like, just for instance with Taco Bell, like, I'm not that excited about nacho fries anymore.
I love nacho fries.
I've had them. They were fine. I'm ready to move on.
I'm one of those people that I like consistency. When I find something that I like, I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah.
And then when you go around and fuck with the menu and what I like isn't on there anymore, I'm devastated, and you're dead to me.
God, you know some of the most successful podcasts are fast food podcasts. Like, we should get into this.
Are you serious?
I won't say some of the most. Like, there are people who have done incredibly well with fast food podcasting. I
didn't even know that was a genre of podcasting.
And like TV shows about it.
Like, do they review fast food or?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the show. But you and I could get into this where we try everything new. Like Arby's has those new Oktoberfest sandwiches.
No thanks.
It's Meattoberfest.
I'm too picky of an eater to
That's
be
my
involved
point.
in something
you
like
can,
that.
You can have a set question sheet to ask me about them, and I'll explain the level of diarrhea I had off of the fast food selection that we had that week.
Oh, how many poop emojis out of 5 do you give this sandwich?
Oh, this was a max. Anytime we go to Taco Bell, it's going to be 5 poop emojis.
Not with the new tummy gummies.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's only
the probiotics.
like a 3.
It's just very swift at that point.
Oh, my God, that's so gross.
Yeah, we have gone too far. Time to cut this motherfucker off.
We should probably quit everything and
Time to wrap it up, y'all. Thanks for sticking around and listening to Midweek Minis, y'all. Send us in some more questions and personal stories. We do need them roughly? Immediately. I don't know where roughly came from. I was looking at the dog.
Sometimes you have words in your head and they come out and they're just really not.
They're not the words that should be said.
Associated with what we're talking about.
You are so right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you, and we will see you next time.
Bye, y'all.